also just that he hasn't got the cult fan base like the Lumba has. So
Yeah.
it's like he's being pushed under the carpet. But no, he also needs to be recognized. KD needs to be recognized. If we are honoring Lumba and all that, KD deserves adequately the same. The same. In all respect, he deserves the same. It's long overdue. A thing like this is just long overdue. We've had the greats like OCB and all of them who we haven't paid enough honor to. If we have to build for Lumba, we have to also remember the greats like OCB. They actually paved the way for every other thing to happen. There's the Nanam Pedus, a lot of gems have gone, and they need to be remembered. So it's a good thing that they are looking at building something like that. Where the land they, first of all, they get their land.
So they say they are collaborating with the Ghana Museums and Monuments Board.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. If they have the means to, it will be a great achievement. And you see, like they say, if you're doing something for your country and you are not honored or respected, it's painful.
Yeah.
So the yesterday's or tomorrow's children would also want to be inspired by things like this.
Yeah.
All of us sitting here, one way or the other, are here because we got inspired by somebody
Sure.
doing one thing or the other that caught our attention and it sank into us so much that, oh, wow, I want to be like this guy. Marco Krekumante is one of my mentors when I was entering into the music production thing.
Yeah.
I mean, Ibrahim Ohinijan, Marco Krekumante, they are two people that gave me that inspiration to want to push hard. So I got closer to them. I understudied them. I, took a few tricks away. So if there's a museum that has monuments of Lumba, Nanam Pedu, and I go, I send my child there, one way or the other, they might be inspired by what they see, the writings and all that. I took my kids to the Kwame Nkrumah
Memorial
Museum,
Yeah.
and I could see the way they were reading eagerly what Nkrumah had done, the things that were placed in the museum for them to see. It caught their attention for some time. When we came home, I asked them to write an essay about it, and I was amazed by what I read. I'm like, oh, wow, okay. So they picked all these things. So it is quite important, very necessary that these things are held. Not only them, in our music awards.
Yeah.
I mean, it's time that certain categories are not named just like to bear. You get me?
Okay.
Certain categories should be named the Nanam Pedu Honorary High Life
High
Award,
Life
the
Award.
Lumba something, the OCBisa something. It's about time.
All right.
We need to have these Hall of Fames being put on. So when you win an award, it inspires you and everybody around you that I want the Lumba High Life Award. Can you imagine that alone?
Yeah.
It's a big honor. So it's a call to Charterhouse and all the other people who organize events and other things to start honoring them by using these things, their names, so
Awesome.
it becomes a symbol that lasts forever.
Okay, thank you, Ashes. Let's get on the phone line now and speak to Bessa Simons, who is MUSIGA president. Good morning, Uncle Bessa.
Good morning, Kwame. How are you this morning?
We are doing well. How about you?
God's grace. Yeah, we're doing very, very well. Thank you very much.
Okay, so this morning we're talking about the news of MUSIGA planning on having or establishing a museum and Hall of Fame. When did you conceive this idea?
Wow, this idea has been there for a long time. But we just needed to, kick-start it, like taking the first step. I would say we were thinking about it last year, and this year we had a meeting with the museums and monuments, and they were very, very helpful. They told us what they have, what they can do to help and things like that. But this is a very big project, and it involves a whole lot of different departments coming together to put this together. You see that if you go to America, maybe in London they have Madame Tussauds, where they keep certain things, like, certain people who have excelled that people want to see, and this is what we are looking at. Also, we've got so many great musicians who have passed away, but because of the generational change, we don't. The young people don't even know them. I would say my batch, Amanziba's batch, maybe Kobran Kobran's batch. They were the hip life people. They were the last batch who knows, like Kobno Nina, Kakeku, and these people. And these people contributed a lot. So if we don't have anything for people to go and see and remember, that become a historic place where people can go and gather information. It's not going to help the nation at all. And so that is why we are embarking on this.
So if you say you are collaborating with the Monuments Board, what are they offering?
Well, I mean, this is the initial stages, but I mean, they have started, doing other things there, and so they have the mechanism going. So we are going to have our second meeting, and then we will know exactly what they can offer us and what we also need. But for me, what we are looking at as MUSIGA is a music museum that when you go, you get the history of musicians who came at different eras, what they did, their music, their life, what it was like then, and now. And so it will have the analog and the digital side. So if you want these people's history or their music or their biography, discography, we will have it all there. And then at the same time, people who have really, really excelled, will have another department, joining the Music Museum as our Hall of Fame. People who have been very, very, very famous, will have that one also there. So this is what we are looking at. But this, like I said, this takes a very we need, the brains and the support that, will move this museum.
Are you looking forward to having, let's say, a space, an already built space, or you want to build everything anew, as in have a new building for this museum?
Well, the idea now is to find, because, it's step by step. The idea now is to start because at the moment we have a team that is trying to gather all the information together. But like I said, it will be, we need a bigger space, whatever it is. In the future, it has to be a bigger space because our history, goes a long way, and we need to design it in a way that will also, and this is, don't forget, this is going to be one of our tourist attractions, and once we start and it goes out there, no matter how small we start, I am pretty sure people will just start visiting this place and now talking about our heritage, more than I'm sure if somebody is coming, if they see it on the net that we have a music museum, a lot of people will go there. And also, don't forget, research. A lot of people will also go there to see what we have and then do a research on it. And so it will invite more people to Ghana.
Okay, thank you very much, Uncle Bessa, this morning for your time, and we hope that you get the support that you need to make this work eventually.
Kwame.
Yes.
Sorry, before I go,
okay,
if I may say this. At this moment, we are also, I just want to say this, looking for people who have the know-how. Ghanaians who have the know-how. Anyway, you don't have to be a Ghanaian who have the know-how and want to contribute, with anything, ideas, knowledge, everything. They are all welcome. Thank you very much for
Thank
this
you.
call this morning.
Okay, thank you, Bessa Simons, who is president of MUSIGA. Now, let's get back to the discussion. Let me get to you, Ria. Yeah, Museum Hall of Fame by MUSIGA.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
For me, it's kind of quite sad that it had to take the death of Daddy Lumba for us to think about something like this.
Are you sure? Because it comes up almost every time that somebody dies.
It's usually a conversation, but
so,
not.
So what you're trying to say is that it comes up when a legend or an influential person dies. That's not a good thing.
It's never a good thing. It's not a good thing at all.
It's usually a conversation.
Yes.
Usually when the person, let's do this, let's do that.
Yeah, it's never really the music
to this
coming
level.
up.
Exactly.
So that should show you the influence of Lumba anyways.
Sure.
So if his death has triggered something like this, I mean, his death is not a good thing, but this is a good thing. So we just hope that it is not the conversation we always have, and then they follow through with it, because it will be a very, very big addition to our tourism sites. Because, I mean, when people go to, he was talking about Madame Tussauds, and people go to, Hollywood and all these places to see movie studios, to visit museums, if I do say so much. I think when it comes to Prince's former estate has been transformed into a museum for him too. So I think we're on the right track. Ashes was also saying, dedicating some award schemes to, these people's names. Like, I think 2 weeks ago on 2nd August, actually. On 2nd August, I was here with Andy Dosty, and I was saying, just as they have the Michael Jackson Vanguard Award for the MTV Music Awards, I think they should also incorporate something like that into the award schemes in Ghana, not necessarily only the TGMA, but
the
the
three
different
music awards, the Foresight Music Awards.
Definitely, I think they should add something like that to it. So, hey, let's see what happens. I don't like to, because of past disappointments, I don't like to open my heart to promises like this.
Yeah.
All right. So let's just see. My fingers are crossed. That doesn't mean that I don't have hope. I'm just praying it happens.
Okay. Thank you, Ria. Martinez.
Kwame. Yeah, good news. I believe that if they're able to do it, that would be Bessa's huge achievement and legacy when he's no more musical president. And one day when he's called by his maker, it will also honor him. Obo's time, then he brought something musical grand ball, and also something for the aged musicians. Amworth, yes. So anytime we talk about Obo's tenure, it's one way or the other a legacy he left, an achievement. If Bessa's time, they're able to come out with the museum, it will also be his achievement, although it's for, the whole, nation. It's generational.
Yeah.
But I think the credit will go to him for, being able to lead that cause. So for me, I am very happy they've thought of something like this, and not just reading the article or the news, but in fact, we heard his voice where he has actually confirmed that. And like you said, the discussion started last year, and now it's been intensified because of the demise of Daddy Lumba. That's fine. I mean, it's never too late because we can still start, because at the end of the day, going forward, more legends will die. And so we have to prepare something like that in honor. And when we do that, it's for the generation, coming ahead of us in order to inspire and motivate them. Anytime we're talking about high life, we're talking about, empowering people to project the nation's flag when it comes to music and all of that. This is something that will play a key role to inspire them. And it shouldn't just be the museum. I think they should also look into something. I mean, collaborating with Joabin Secondary School as to how they can also do something in honor of Daddy Lumba, since he attended that school.
No, wait, they should collaborate with who?
Joabin Secondary School.
Yes. Oh, okay,
yes.
Apart from the museum,
yes,
MUSIGA should collaborate.
Yeah, because of Daddy Lumba attended that school. Yes.
How about that, Key? Who they for collaboration?
That's fine.
No, so wait.
That's fine. So
the
like
one
we are
project.
talking about.
This is a very huge project.
Yeah.
Are we adding another one to MUSIGA?
Of course. I mean, if you're talking about, like you
Is
said,
it a music school?
like you said, this is going to be a tourist center. And right now, Joabin Secondary School is being mentioned because of,
I think that would be, it's a bit off, because then that means we would have to go to every secondary school that every legend has attended to do something.
Of course, it wouldn't be bad, because obviously there are talents in Joabin Secondary School.
To do what exactly for them?
I mean, like, we have, creatives over there, entertainment, musicians, people who are aspiring to become, musicians. So, how even Charterhouse, organizers of Ghana Music Awards, have been touring schools, trying to build a foundation. If we are talking about tourist sites, I mean, Joabin Secondary School, once it's in the conversation, we should find a way.
So what should MUSIGA do for them specifically?
Yes, like I said, with the creatives. I mean, when it comes to entertainment, those who want to sing, there should be some kind of, collaboration between.
Is it Daddy Lumba Secondary?
Yeah, Daddy Lumba Secondary School is what I'm talking about. Yes, for musicians coming up, the creatives over there, those who want to sing, those who want to go into music. If there's something special,
tell you that there are a lot of talents in every secondary school, not just Joabin.
Straight.
Yes,
So
but
the
I'm
thing
saying
is
that
if you're going to do it, you cannot single out just Joabin. You can do it for every other school.
that's fine.
So
It can start. But like
me,
I
I
said,
think-
once you're talking about Daddy Lumba,
I think the museum.
But
should be
this
the
museum
start.
thing is not
it's
for
general.
Daddy Lumba.
Yes, I get it.
Okay.
I
And
get
that
it.
You
would
know how
I
we
get
solve
it.
the problem?
No,
Okay.
please.
Better say anybody will get idea.
No, Bessa is listening. Don't worry, Martinez. Bessa is listening to you. So yeah. So that's okay. Thank you, Martinez. And Robert Clark is here.
Solve the problem.
Robert Clark.
Kwame!
Yo, Robert!
Kwame! Charlie, what's good?
Yo, my man. What's up?
Charlie,
So the museum and Hall of Fame, the one now you want to do, MUSIGA won't do some. Oh.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
Okay.
it's a good addition. What we
Yeah.
need are multiple experiences from different people.
Yeah.
And the truth is, projects of this nature, the architectural narration is always different. One person captures it from an angle, another person captures it from another angle. You accentuate something else, somebody else highlights something else. But at the end of the day, you just find a way to be able to tell the story. If you have multiple experiences, that means that we are giving huge offering to people out there for them to participate in the history of music in this particular country and the celebration of the people who actually matter. So yes, why not? It should happen.
Man, I thought you were, maybe I missed that. You were collaborating with MUSIGA for that project, right? The TGM organizers.
We're going to collaborate with everybody who can help us curate and create.
Okay.
Curate and create the kind of experience we are looking for. So
There you go, Martinez.
Charterhouse, as in Charterhouse.
Yes.
Charlie,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The English you talk now, break them down.
Oh, curate.
Listen, curious.
Oh, be you go university.
I beg. If you want you to pass the side comment where you do too far, people know they hear. So come forward.
Come
and-
closer.
Yeah, so you say Kuwait.
No.
What's it Kuwait?
Curate. I say K. C-U-R-A.
What would that mean?
Oh, like to put together
Good. And then the other one.
and then create. Create as in like creation to create
So
something.
to curate and
And
after that you go to Kuwait.
Yeah, so basically, I mean, it's all welcome, And I like the fact that the power of the united force can never be overemphasized when it comes to we wanting things and we making them happen. So MUSIGA is coming forth with the leading the charge, doing things for themselves. That is really what we want. You understand? I mean, so it's the right time to do the right thing is right now. So if it's
no, say that again. I love that. The right time to do the right thing is right now. Yo.
So
Robert was in the studio before
so at the end of the day, I mean, it's a good call. It's a good call, and anybody who's out there who's able and willing to throw in support for the legacy of the musicians in this space, well, why not? It should be done. And maybe they should even get into the space to understand where funds are coming from, if they are legit funds for causes of this nature from the government, etc. Organizations that have stuff like this, yes, they should by all means jump into that particular space.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, Noreen, we have another thing to talk about this morning.
Yes, I think, I don't know, but I like Robert's voice this morning.
Oh, yeah.
I think he was probably in the studios before he came here. Maybe he was in this dawn before coming in, so I like the voice. So please, when we start, he should speak first. I just want to hear the voice again.
Yeah. Robert Clark.
Manager, don't worry. I have a collaboration with Drake. Don't worry. We'll talk about that later. All right, so Ria, be coming down for me.
Ria, you want to be a backing vocalist?
Be coming down for me.
Okay. About to treble and about to alto and tenor. And about balambas.
So this one says High Life music is dead in Ghana. Kwame Yeboah, internationally acclaimed Ghanaian musician Kwame Yeboah, has declared that High Life music is dead in Ghana, disputing claims that the genre still thrives through modern variations. Now, speaking to Kwame Dazi on Daybreak, it's right here. The multi-instrumentalist and producer said the genre, which originated in Ghana, no longer holds prominence in the country. According to Kwame Yeboah, most younger artists who claim to perform high life rarely use live high life instruments, relying heavily on computerized beats instead. He noted that brands such as Sun Trophy, which have remained true to high life, rarely perform locally and are often on international tours, serving high life to audiences abroad. Explaining why he believes Kwame Eugene does not fully represent high life, Yeboah said, Kwame Eugene is not a big expo because the music he does is computer-based, so it's different. If you play Sun Trophy songs and you play Kwame Eugene songs, you can hear what I mean. One of them is played with live instruments. One of them is played with computers. And when asked whether a song ceases to be high life once it involves technological simulations, Kwame Yeboah said, you can use computers to do high life, but then again, is that AI music or what is that? What are we again? What do we have to show the world as Ghanaians? What do we have that the world will value? Computers are everywhere. What do we have? Is it our instruments that we have here?
Okay.
These are words from Kwame Yeboah.
And here it is.
Here
Kwame
it is.
Yeboah.
Yes, Kwame
Professor,
Yeboah.
you see, high life music is dead in Ghana, right?
Is it dead?
Tell me who's doing high life music.
They are doing.
Tell
Sun
me.
Trophy is doing. Chinchim is doing.
Wait. Hold on. You mentioned Sun Trophy, right? Where are they?
They are around.
Where?
They've been touring.
Where?
The world.
Where? Not in Ghana.
Japan. They've been touring.
Not in Ghana.
Okay.
Do you understand what I mean by it's dead in Ghana? What did you mention again?
I mentioned Kwame Eugene.
Kwame Eugene is not a big export because the music he's doing is computer based. So it's different to what? Do you understand?
I want to understand.
It's computer based. If you play Sun Trophy's song and you play Kwame Eugene's song, you can hear what I mean. One of them is played with live instruments, one of them is played with computers.
So we can't have high life which is programmed with computer?
Well, you can, but then again, is that AI music or what is that? What are we again? What do we have to show the world? We as Ghanaians, what do we have to show the world? Computer? What do we have that the world will value as something different? Computers, they say, oh baby, yeah. What do we have? Isn't that our instruments that we have here?
Okay.
So if we don't play that instruments, how are they going to hear something different?
Kwame, okay.
People love, we hear the music they do from there and it sounds nicer because it's different. And then when they hear Wulomi and they hear other things they think is amazing because they don't hear that sound anywhere.
Right, so that was the voice of Kwame Yeboah, and he was on Daybreak. That was last Friday with Kwame Dazi and High Life Music. Let me start with one High Life artist manager, my brother and my co-producer, Kobna's manager.
Yeah.
Ashes.
Yeah.
Is High Life Music really dead?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I
Is
bet
it's dead in Ghana?
No, I don't think so. I bet to differ with my boss, Kwame Yeboah. I really bet to differ. It depends on where he stands, sits, or is looking at. You know, we might not be playing the Ejako Nimo kind of high life that made us once the talk of music in the world, and we also should understand that the music thing has moved very fast now. We are in a technological world, right? I do understand that AI is doing a lot. I know a friend who's making money just with AI. The guy is cashing in heavy. He's doing this high life thing, and he's, with AI, and he's finding his way. That's a possibility. And that's where the world has gotten to. If you fail to understand it, you'll be left behind.
Yeah.
Because honestly, we're not going back. We're never going back to that era. You understand me? Now there are loops that these young engineers are using to do their production. The bottom line for them is how they sell. It might not be authentic in your ear as you want to, but they're making a living out of it. And there are others who are actually paying attention to detail. You play the Kwabna Kwabna song, everything in there is actually a live production. Everything, apart from the computer that was used to catch the thing and put together, everything was live. You understand me? So you cannot say that is also not.
No, he says those that are programmed, let's say you want to play a guitar and you use a keyboard to play the guitar, that is not.
Kwame, I'm just saying the same thing.
Yeah.
That on that album we have typical high life songs, which were produced in the gospel way, but everything was done via the like.
No, with that he caused that one high life.
And that's what I'm saying. That it is not dead.
Yeah.
If he says something that apart from Santro Fie who are actually touring the world with a high life, it means high life is dead here. And I'm saying it's not, because if you go to the pubs, every now and then I go to Zen Garden a lot. It is high life music. I go and listen there. They have all these bands coming in night and after. They play high life. Occasionally they switch to do the Afro beat when it gets to the other side. If you go to that Blackberry at Tema, the man makes sure that it's high life. There are other places that you go and the high life thing is here. They are not your top base high life musicians, so you might not see how prominent they are, but they are contributing to our high life. You go and meet foreigners who are actually enjoying the high life music. The artists who pay attention here to the Kwesi P's, the Chame Kwames, the Ofurian Ponces. They are the likes who are still paying attention. Just yesterday, I was in the studio with Ofurian Ponza, and we had a live session. He wants to hear the thing. So there are others who are doing their part, but just get to know that it will not amuse the younger generation like the way you want it to.
Yeah.
They have a different orientation. They have a different ear. They want to hear things different. So if you go towards that line, come back there. True. What they say, high life sound well. Yeah. So you need to infuse a bit of the new genre, a bit of the probably the old, to awaken the younger generation's ear, so you can make an ends meet. So it will not go back being the same. That doesn't mean it's entirely dead in this country. It's not. That one there, big boss, I beg you. It is not dead. We are trying. We are trying. Coming from a legend like Kwame Yeboah, he knows what he's saying or what he wants to hear. The problem is what he wants to hear. That's not what's happening now. So he can see it as dead. He can see that this is not what I left. He's right in saying so. But at the moment, this is what is putting a bit of bread on people's table. So they need to dilute it a little and make a living out of it.
Right. Ria, you wanted to add up?
For me, I personally, I cannot begin to think of how much knowledge a knowledgeable hub Mr. Kwame Yeboah is. So I'm just going to give my 2 cents. Okay. For me, I feel like there's no genre that has gone through so much metamorphosis like the high life music. All right, because from when I was growing up, what my mother told me and what I heard was more about the palm wine high life, which had simple instruments, and then it's changed into the Bugger High Life. Is that the name? Yeah, Bugger High Life, where they added more instrumentals like guitars, trumpets, brass bands. Like, I mean, groups.
So the Bugger High Life basically was using modding equipment,
Exactly.
like synthesizers, and then using electronic guitars instead of
Electronic
the raw
guitars,
one.
thank you.
Yeah, so basically,
so like groups like Ramblers and all those people, they were the pioneers of such sounds.
so Ramblers,
Yes.
They used those horns.
Horns,
right?
yes.
Okay, so they were a different generation. The Bugger High Life was the era of the George Darkons, the Charles Amwers.
So you see, that's
Bessa
the
Simons.
metamorphosis I'm talking
Even
about.
Lumba.
Yes, those are the metamorphoses I'm talking about. So
Yeah.
it's different. The instruments just keep adding on and adding on and getting modernized and modernized as years go by. So I feel like this is the, as Asha said, this is the era that we are in, whether you like it or not. You can bring together all these instruments, and then one kid somewhere using AI can just click a button and he's also gotten the sound. That doesn't unauthenticate high life.
It does in a way. It actually does.
Well,
I mean,
from my point of
So
view,
it means he has a point.
he has a point,
But to say it is dead is not.
No,
Okay.
it does. The kind of music AI will give you will not be as authentic
Well-
as he, like I'm saying, as he,
okay.
Kwame might want to hear, as he calls, this is high life. AI will not be able to do that. You understand? He wants to. Kwame Awa is the kind who produces samples of instruments himself.
yeah, he curates
Yeah, he
it.
creates them. So he knows the rhythmic of what he's saying in terms of the high life thing.
Yeah.
But like I'm saying, it is not entirely.
Everybody who is doing the
would go.
I get you.
Well, like let's agree to disagree.
You are saying this. No, you are
because
saying the same thing anyway.
What I'm saying is that Kwabna, like you are the manager for Kwabna, and you know what he goes through to bring out his authentic high life songs. Okay, I did music for
I'm
just
also the manager for Freedom Ponce.
yes. Okay,
Yo.
exactly.
That is my manager.
So I for me, I did music for just a year.
year.
So I would not be able to know the in-depth knowledge per se about it, but I may hear a sound coming from AI. As a layperson, I see myself as a layperson.
Yeah.
I will hear a song coming from AI and I'll be like, oh, but that's a high life track. But you would, Ashes would have to come and tell me the disparities. That okay, no, these ones, the horns are not necessarily high life horns. These are not. But for me, as a normal Ghanaian artist, high life, we are all jamming to it. Do you understand? So, hey, we are in the era of AI.
Yeah.
We are in the era of machines, like upgraded machines.
Yeah.
Okay, so for us to leave it as simplistic as it is, it might, for me, it's a bit some way. You get me? So
It is what it is.
live and let's live.
Let me bring Martinez in. We don't have much time left, so if you can be brief, and then we can pull Robert in quickly so that we can wrap up.
Yeah, Doreen, when you listen to him, clearly he's being technical. Because that day, even Kwame played Kofi Kinate's song, and he had his view on the song. I mean, he listened to a couple of songs. And his point was that when you listen to what Sound Trophies and Co are playing outside, when they perform it here, they don't get the audience as they get outside. So when you look at it, he feels it's dead. I think that's the angle he was coming from. So it's pure technical. He feels it's like the kind of high life he knows that is not what we are enjoying. Because, again, he mentioned Aisoba and also Riala. That what they are doing, they are getting, recognition outside. But here, they are not actually getting it like that. And he also centered his conversation around Kwame Eugene. So, yes, it's generational. Things have changed.
Yeah.
The way high life used to be is not same as it is because of the market, because of the audience, because of the generation. So sometimes when they speak like that, I understand them because when they look at what they did and what they are hearing now, they feel there's some vast difference, and this is not the kind of high life or sound they want to hear. But I mean, those days, live band was very, very active as compared to now, and that's also one way or the other inform, the ideas of high life when musicians are going into it. But now, it's not so. Things have changed. And even we know how artists used to be, and certain artists learn from them. Like I'm actually being with Ampofwe, legendary Nana Ampofwe. But now, it's not so. So the kind of, products we are having when it comes to high life, we need to understand that this era is different. This generation, they have their markets. Yes. And recently I've seen Cheddar calling Kwame Eugene to continue the high life, legacy. And I'm actually also crowd Kwame Eugene as the next high life. So it's like, for me, I even think pressure is being put on Kwame Eugene to continue the high. It's like there's that hope that he can take us to the promised land.
He can't do it alone.
Exactly. And even the kind of high life he's doing, here's a case Kwame boy even have an issue. So what I would say is, we need to understand, we should allow these guys explore. Because when it comes to the high life issue, as dead or not, it's cut across just being technical. There are so many factors. Because then again, the artist will tell you when you go on the streaming platform, I mean, like high life as a genre, it's an issue. You understand? And when you look
we did
at
hear which Shatawale win had high life artists over here.
yeah, so when you look at how but whichever way, high life is our own. You understand? Once there's
Song of the year. I like Song of the year. So anything is possible. Tell you where the world reach.
So once there's Kwabena, there's Akwabwa, Familiar One High Life Artist of the Year. We cannot say High Life is dead.
But to say that, like now currently there are a lot of live bands around though.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of live band everywhere. The boys are now learning the live band craft.
Lumba's Vigil, was it not this band?
Patch, was it Patch?
Yeah, there's a whole lot. Now if you're looking for a band, it's quite easier than it was yesterday. We don't, first if we were going for weddings, we have to rehearse. Now you go, they already know the song.
Yeah.
You don't need to struggle. They are playing, there are lots of bands now. So Mr. Yeboah should probably stay here a little bit. You will find a band.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not going to discredit who Kwame Yeboah is.
Hey, huge. You want to? How you go start?
Big boy in the space. So obviously, because of how big he is, when he speaks, you want to pause and listen, and then try as hard as possible to evaluate it from the perspective of who he is, just for you, so you can appreciate where he's coming from. So while I see where he's coming from, I think that the submissions he made had some inconsistencies, and that's where the challenge is coming from. Who he is, no two ways about it, but the submission, unfortunately, is a submission that we have that we are able to evaluate, to assess and ascertain whether what he's saying is supporting what he is purporting to say, so to say. The first one I see is, when you say it is dead, then it's like zero. You understand? Now, is it really zero? So then I'm asking myself whether it's really zero, because I'm also looking at the place and I'm seeing people who are doing high life, like you mentioned, band and all of that. There are artists who are in the space and all of that. So then you're asking yourself whether there is enough empirical evidence to support it, because I'm going to listen to it because it is from him. But if I'm supposed to go and say this elsewhere, do I have some information to deduce from that I can use as a basis to communicate or retweet what he said? And that's where one of my challenges is. The second one is the fact that so that it feels almost like fallacy of generalization, because you haven't seen many, then you assume that we don't have enough and so it is dead, and then your reference is Santrophy, but then there are other people within the space who are also doing it. So then fallacy of generalization comes in. And so that is another area that it becomes an issue for me.
Okay.
I'm looking at. Then the third one is inconsistency even in the submission. What do I mean? So, because you're saying that emphasis on in Ghana, dead in Ghana, right? And then, so you're talking about the jurisdiction of Ghana. Yet, when you were arguing about about what we have, that you're like, what do we need to show the world? That aspect where you're talking about we showing the world, you are referring to what is being exported. And yet you are complaining about in Ghana. And then you say Kwame Eugene. Kwame Eugene is, and then you say Kwame Eugene is not a good export. So the export component deals with what Santrophy and Co are doing. But you are arguing about something being dead in Ghana. And yet you are saying that Kwame Eugene is not an export of that. Yeah, but Kwame Eugene is based here and his jurisdiction is here. So if you are saying that he is here, then it's a bit inconsistent, in terms of what I'm analyzing. And this one, I'm just analyzing it purely based on what has been said. And then and another thing, the comparison. You compare Santrophy. That's a band. They play instruments. They play everything when they are playing. That and then you're comparing with Kwame Eugene. Kwame Eugene is a single, because you said artists, and I get that you have a band as an artist, but a single artist, usually in terms of how they play on a regular day, it's a bit different from how a band plays. Because when the band is creating, they create with everything that they represent, and a single individual will create on a different score. So if you get to the studio, so to say, and you want to create something, you have an engineer you're going to work with. So if you understand what I'm saying. So I think that it also opens up for a little bit more conversation, because I'm not too sure what aspect is talking about. However, I've said this and I also keep saying this. The very first version of hip hop, when the DJ Kool Herc and Co started creating a hip hop vibe and stuff like that, it's not the same version of hip hop we are listening to. If you go and listen to old genres, they are very what happened, 20 years, 30 years back. It's never the same as what we are listening to presently. So when evolution is taking place and some elements are being added, what we can say is that, there's a deviation. Because really, Burger High Life and Co, contemporary high life, whatever you want to call them, they are not exactly as the E.T. Mensah kind of vibe we used to listen to and all of that. So variances exist and these things are allowed. I think that sometimes what these things tend to create, it makes us feel like, so what they are creating, you see, when you don't want to accept as high life, you go see them push to some Afrobeat or something, and eventually, so that's where some of these things. So I think that it's a place for conversation that we need to have.
All right.
And I'm not saying this to discredit who he is in the space. I just think that in terms of the submission, it's an area that it's open for conversation about it, and there are some inconsistencies. I thought from where I sit, in terms of how it was submitted, but I understand where it's coming from in terms of the technical component and how authentic he probably wants to refer it in reference to the old patterns and style, so to say.
Thank you, Robert Clark. I think the time is up. We've even eaten into the next show's time.
We apologize to DJ Godash, but a very big thank you to Ria, to Ashes, to Martinez, and to you, Robert. Thank you so much for coming through this morning. We hope to continue the conversations tomorrow right here on Daybreak Hits. Don't forget, we are on every Monday to Friday, 6 to 10 a.m. And you can join that great conversation right here on Daybreak Hits. And
all right.
Before we go, finally, my name, Fantastic is fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so before we go, Franco Trading Enterprise is your leading mobile phone accessories and electronic retail outlet, and they sell Nokia, Samsung, iPhones, smart TVs, air conditioners, chest freezers, and refrigerators, washing machine, microwave, blenders, CCTV cameras, and they sell at a price of 40% discount. And so you can call them on 0246 4223 38 055 9393 11 or 030 222 5651. Yeah, Doreen, so yeah.
Well, we are back same time tomorrow.
Oh, can I wish my?
Okay, please do it.
I missed a very good friend on my birthday.
Oh,
General, General. Happy birthday, brother! You've been really good to me. I appreciate you, brother.
All right, thank you guys. Ria, Ashes, Martinez, Robert Clark. Thank you, Mr. Hagler, DJ Fantastic, Debbie Sway, Esther, and everybody. My name is Kwame Dazi.
I'm Doreen Avio.
Okay, we're on tomorrow.
#Nabongo Chick.
Yo!
Hello.